Hello everybody, this is Rabbitearsblog and welcome to another movie news roundup series. So we got a special movie news roundup for this week, and before I get into this, here are a few words from the channel. Alright everybody, it's time to get on the social media train. Want to chat with me in 100 words or less? Then check out my Twitter account. Want to talk about movies, TV shows, and video games within the group? Then check out my Facebook account. Want to check out some of my ultra cool fan art? Then check out my DeviantArt page. Want to get the lowdown on everything that's happening on this channel? Then check all of the above. And now, we return to our regularly scheduled program. So in today's news, Spider-Man No Way Home has now officially crossed over $1 billion at the box office. And this news is huge because it's the first movie during the pandemic to reach over $1 billion. Now it's time for thoughts for the day, where I talk about how I felt about this week's movie news. So let's get started. So when I heard that Spider-Man No Way Home actually crossed over $1 billion at the box office, I was really excited about this because, again, this is the very first movie during the pandemic to cross over $1 billion. And for a while, a lot of movies weren't reaching $1 billion because of the pandemic. The closest movies that were able to reach over $1 billion were the James Bond movie No Time to Die and the Fast and Furious 9, which both reached over $700 million during the pandemic. And the fact that we actually have a movie that reached over $1 billion during the pandemic gives me a bit of hope for the movie theaters in the near future. So how come Spider-Man No Way Home was able to make $1 billion at the box office, whereas other movies in the past weren't able to? And again, a lot of this lies down with the pandemic, as a lot of people don't want to go to the movie theaters because of the pandemic. And also, I think it's because Spider-Man No Way Home was one of the few movies that wasn't put on streaming services on the same day it was arriving in theaters. Like for the past few months or so, a lot of movies that were airing in theaters were also being set on streaming services. And even though it gives people another option of watching the newer films, it also took a hit for the box office for those films. Like the biggest example of this was probably the Suicide Squad, which was set to be released in theaters and also stream on HBO Max on the same day, but when it came to the box office numbers, the Suicide Squad's box office numbers was pretty low, despite the fact that it also aired on HBO Max at the same time. And I think that had a lot to do with why the Suicide Squad didn't perform that well at the box office, other than the fact that the pandemic was still raging on at the time, so a lot of people didn't want to go to movie theaters at the time. But the case with Spider-Man No Way Home is that it was the first movie to make over $1 billion during the pandemic. And I think that has to do with, one, it was only airing in theaters. It wasn't streaming on Disney Plus or anything like that. So people had to go to the theaters to watch Spider-Man No Way Home. And two, I think a lot of people were thinking about, Spider-Man No Way Home is going to be the first movie I watch when I come back to theaters. And I think that's part of the reason why the movie did so well at the box office, is because this was probably the movie that a lot of people chose to be their first movie back into watching in theaters. So that's my theory on that. But overall, I'm really excited that Spider-Man No Way Home was able to break over $1 billion at the box office, and I hope that future movies are able to break over $1 billion at the box office. It's just that we have to see where the pandemic goes in the near future. I hope things get a lot better by 2022, and I'm hoping to see a lot more movies make over $1 billion at the box office. So that's this week's movie news, and tell me in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this week's movie news? Are you happy that Spider-Man No Way Home made over $1 billion at the box office during the pandemic? And have you seen Spider-Man No Way Home? Please let me know in the comments down below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rabbitearsblog, and I'll see you guys later. And stay safe and get vaccinated, everybody.